Hello YouTube, good morning. Very windy morning. I am here at Morphy State Park in New Mexico. This is close to, the largest town it's close to is Las Vegas, New Mexico. I have never been here before. Beautiful campground. The road getting up here sucks because it's basically a one-lane road, so I was nervous of just about going head on with somebody. But you guys a view of the lake here. Just off and off winds. Absolutely beautiful little mountain lake. And there's some people over there. It's basically like 22, I think, campsites, which are all very nice. So this is considered a double, I think, but it's the same cost. It's like 10 bucks a night. I didn't see any water, any trash here, no hookups. So, and we are in where's the fire pit? No fires. Pretty much the whole state of New Mexico is in a fire restriction right now. It is. Let me take you guys to another one here. It is late April. I think it's April 25th. So we are definitely in the windy season. But there's all the campgrounds are pretty spacious. You could see if somebody got here next to me, that would be pretty tight, or get pretty loud. But the good thing, if you guys want to come up here, there's a trailer restriction. You can only have an 18-foot trailer. However, I would not recommend bringing a trailer up here because of that road. It's not that it's a bad road, it's just narrow, and it's very mountainous road. So if you get up, here comes the wind. If you get head on with somebody with a trailer and you need to back up, good luck. That would suck. So with me, I'm nimble enough to be able to maneuver around. Just keep that in mind, guys, if you guys do come up here. But I think it's worth it. You can see up there, there was a fire around here. There's a little bit of snow on that peak. Yeah, but all the snow is starting to melt off. But I'm gonna go for a hike later. I know that it's gonna be off and on winds, but I need to burn some calories. Yeah, this is actually a nice spot here. It's a little bit, not a lot of shade. So, big things. Oh, there's a little chipmunk. I did get Starlink. I got Starlink. This is the third time I've used it. So I went out for a pretty big trip, and then it flopped because I had COVID and I was recovering from COVID and I had to come back. I took a video, but I was just not myself. I was, man, my head more than anything. I didn't get like respiratory issues. It was just my head. It felt like I had the worst hangover every day, and it lasted all day long. But I got Starlink. This is just a cheap suction cup here that I have mounted on it. So from my understanding, you want Starlink to face due north as much as you can. So north here is like right there. So it'll tell you if it's off by a certain degree or whatnot. I want to look into getting, I don't know, that's working out pretty good. I just wish that this is oh, here comes the wind. This is just a cheap Amazon, mount with a suction cup here. So it's cheap, so it doesn't articulate as best as I could. But with the wind, that thing, I cannot believe it didn't blow off. I'm pretty shocked with it. So I'm like almost afraid because I want to take it down because the winds are going to pick up, but I kind of just want to leave it as is. But I also don't want somebody to steal it. Generator's doing good. On the last trip, I did have an issue that was 100% my fault. It had a CO2 detect alarm. So, you know, here's a good tip for you guys right away. Don't assume that it's just a faulty sensor, or this is just a cheap Chinese product. And, you know, it's easy to assume that. And then after taking the panels off, I realized what happened is when I pour gas here, I don't have that spout, the funnel spout doesn't work good. So I just pour it, and then gas went, and it was settling on the bottom. So the the sensor, the generator was doing its job. It was detecting a gas, right, which was this gas. So don't just assume that it's a sensor right away, or it's just a faulty generator. I mean, really, you know, take it apart and look at it, because that was all my fault. So I dried it off, cleaned it, and then no issues with that. Nothing else out here. Everything's the same. I did wash the camper before I came down here. Just give you guys another shot here of, I know some of you like to probably just see the setup here. I need to take some pictures. I'm very bad about taking pictures. That way I could share it with people at home. Yeah. I am thinking about, so the bumpers that go on this are down here. I don't know if you can kind of see those. And they're mounted to this, and they're just, it's cheap. It's going into aluminum, and they've teared off, they've busted off. So I'm thinking I'm gonna mount like a permanent bumper here, and then move it out this way more, because I have wiggle room, and then I could start stowing stuff back here, like a slim gas can or something like that. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I have all this to work with, which is 4 inches. You just want to be conscious of, or I need to be conscious of, my axle. The center of gravity with the camper is supposed to be in front of the axle, if I recall correctly. So yeah, this is a beautiful campsite. Let me go inside here. It's that wind is just unpredictable. So yeah, got Starlink. Let me close the door. And I went to have a bunch of tech goodies here. So I got a bigger TV, mounting it the same way that I've had my other one mounted. I did have to change the, let me turn the lights on in here. Yeah. Get some light. All right. So I did have to kind of change this top part of the mount. I put this piece of weather stripping here because when I'm mounting it, I don't want it to scratch that and hit that. It's just temporary. I'm going to figure out some other method. The other big thing I got a new laptop. This is an Omen. This is the top-notch Omen. I believe it's the NVIDIA is a 50, I think it's a 5080, so it's not a 5090, but it's up there. Fantastic laptop, desktop performance, 32 gig of RAM. And with Starlink, I'm getting pretty much what Elon is advertising now. They've increased their megabytes per second, so I'm getting right around 200. So I'm able to play my game up here in the mountains, which is crazy. So this TV is just a cheap $200 TV. I got the refresh rate up to 100, but I'm gonna be limited by the technology of the TV in terms of just the 3D, you know, picture of it and whatnot. But I've tweaked it to the best where I can. I've adjusted my NVIDIA settings. This is what I live and breathe for. I really enjoy that aspect of the technology and computers and all that. I like to be challenged with technology, if you guys probably realize that by now. I need to keep my brain constantly turning and moving. So another big thing, I got this Blue Yeti. I got this beginning of the year. It was on sale for like $400 on Amazon. Really good price. It's a AC 180p. So the P denotes premium, is my understanding. And then I got my little one here. This I have just as a backup, or you could see I have it connected. This guy can charge this guy, but it's only gonna charge what this has, you know, capable of charging here. I still have my AGM batteries, so circling back to that, I have no plans to upgrade to lithium. I know that's probably what you guys are all thinking, just upgrade to lithium, but the AGM batteries, which I've said over and over and over, they are bulletproof. And what I mean by bulletproof in terms of temperature, they are designed to work in extreme heat, extreme cold with no issues. Your lithium, you guys got to keep that in mind if you go lithium. I would rather just keep doing what I'm doing here with the power stations and swapping out power stations and swapping out batteries. That's just my take on things. Yeah, so I have everything. It's kind of a cluster. I have it going into a power strip down there, and then I just have the Starlink just connected to this. When I turn the generator on, because I have that remote start, so I'm basically all my electronics is being powered by this, and then to charge this, I just plug this plug in here, and that will charge the power station with the generator. So it's a really, really cool setup I got going on here. So yeah, this was, and then another thing. So I do have an external sound card. I don't know if you guys could see that. Audio is just as important to video as me, especially being a musician. So I have, with this setup, I pretty much have everything that I duplicated almost that I have at home, which is crazy. I did get a 2-in-1 sub satellite combination. So this is a Yamaha, and then I have a sound bar there. This is wireless, but this does need power as well as the sound bar needing power, but the sound in here is amazing. I mean, it's all this setup is not, it looks like it takes forever to set up, but it doesn't. The only thing is this is heavy. So I just using kind of this dead zone over here to put this stuff, but putting the TV up there is simple. Connecting all this is easy. It's not hard at all. And then the sub is down there. It is just ridiculous. I mean, you're just like being at home in here. I mentioned this before. I want to put a dampening quiet system in this, because when I go to my mom's in Arizona, I'm going to have to run this pretty much whatever time of year I go there, because it's always hot. And she lives in Chandler. So in terms of the kitchen, this guy's on back order coming to me. I still want to replace this with a convection microwave countertop. I think that's it, guys. But yeah, I'm so excited with this setup here. So all right, guys, any questions at all, let me know. I'll put some links of all my tech goodies. All right, take care, everyone.